Hi, adventure seekers. We are roughing it here in the last day of February. That's the Gulf of Mexico.
At the beach.
That's Shelly. This is Michael. Talon laying here on the beach. We'll put a picture in here.
She's loving it.
She's loving the beach. So, why are we on the beach? Well, it's 75 degrees. 2 weeks ago it was 10. Yep. But we are here because we got challenged, and we are accepting the challenge. The gauntlet was thrown by Happy Place Diaries, so we are going to accept his challenge of the 30 layers of our onion, this or that challenge. And how we're going to do this, because, well, there's Talon's head.
Talon wants to join in. How
we're going to do this is we are going to read the question, and then we're each going to say at the same time what we think the other person's answer is going to be. So we got 30 questions we're going to go through. We changed the camera angle, and as soon as I did, Talon, well, she's here. Question number 1.
It's a lot of little birdies.
Yep. Question number 1. Campground or boondocking? Remember, we're answering what we think the other person's response will be. So campground or boondocking? 1, 2, 3. Campground. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. And we don't mind boondocking like a harvest host overnight, but we're not set up for boondocking in our RV, nor do we want to be. Question number 2. Class A or towable? 1, 2, 3. Class A. That's why we bought it. For us, it just works easier, quick and easy to set up, especially in bad weather. Like when we got here to Gulfport a couple of weeks ago, it was cold and raining. We pulled up. It took us about 4 minutes to disconnect our car from the RV. I walked outside, plugged in the power and water, and it took about a minute. And then everything else was done inside. Slides, jacks, everything else, so I wasn't standing out in the cold weather. Before I even paid. Yep. So, number 3, gas or diesel? 1, 2, 3.
Gas.
Diesel. Okay.
I say gas because we have gas right now.
Well, that was because we had Mexican the other night. Oh, the other kind of gas.
Yes.
Okay, so, well, here's the thing. We do have a gas RV. We love our gas RV, but you know, a diesel RV is better when it comes to being able to, climb mountains, carrying capacity, etc. We're not looking to buy a new one, but
it's not a necessity.
Right. That's so my answer, I gave you that answer because I thought you would say diesel because they have more room and that kind of stuff.
It's true, but so. I like what I have.
Okay. Next question. Composting toilet or black tank? Black tank. I didn't even do a countdown for that one. No, it's just easier to deal with. Next question, solar or generator? I think we answered that with question number 1, but we'll try it again. 1, 2, 3. Generator. Yeah, we don't have solar. When we wouldn't use solar enough to justify the cost or to offset the cost of running the generator. The generator doesn't cost that much, as little as we run it. Slides or no slides? Slides. Yeah, I've been doing since the countdown. I would like to have the elbow room.
We just passed an RV today, a Prevo, and I said, oh, that's so beautiful on the outside because it was rainbow colored and it was sparkling in the sun, the beach in the background, the water and everything. And he's like, no slides. Moving on.
No slides. No slides for you. Next question, 1,000 trails or KOA? 1, 2, 3, 1,000 trails. It's free to us because we have 1,000 Trails members. And that's really, I don't understand that question because those two things don't go together. Unless you're like looking at
membership site to membership site maybe?
Well, KOAs don't have memberships.
Oh.
I mean, you could be a KOA member and it gives you a discount on it, but it's not the same as
like 1,000 Trails.
So I don't get it. Okay. We're not going to do a countdown on this one either. Harvest Host or a Walmart parking lot?
Harvest Host.
We've stayed at one Walmart parking lot. Don't really care to do it. Now, if we're going to stay someplace because we couldn't find a Harvest Host, it'll be a Cracker Barrel.
Right.
Yeah. So, but Harvest Host all the way. Number 9, state park or national park. We've never stayed in a national park, so we don't really have a comparison. We've only stayed in one state park,
Yep.
And so don't really have a comparison.
And that was challenging at best.
Right.
So
I would say it depends on location.
location.
Yeah. Beach or the mountains? 1, 2, 3. Beach. I mean,
Clearly.
Propane fire or a wood fire? 1, 2, 3. Wood.
I would say wood. Yeah.
What would I say?
You would say wood.
Okay.
You might say propane just because you don't want to deal with cleanup or put out or anything.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we don't have a fire pit of any kind.
No.
If we got a fire pit, it'd probably be propane though, simply for ease of use as we travel. There's a lot of places you go, rightfully so, they don't allow you to bring in your own wood. They want you to use locally sourced wood. That's to keep down the spread of a lot of bugs and diseases. And so it just becomes a hassle to try to get wood and all that stuff.
Our last campground fire was with the Wags and Happy Place Diaries in June. That's the last actual campground fire we had. So,
okay, number 12. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Clearly.
Talon says there is no reason to even talk about that. Number 13. Tow vehicle or no tow vehicle? Well,
do you need to count down on that?
No. Well, definitely tow vehicle.
Tow vehicle.
And I mean, I'm trying to figure out how that question's even asked. But yeah, we tow a vehicle, and we've been, before we were full timers, we actually went to a lot of places without towing a vehicle, and we rented a car there. Matter of fact, we did that one time we came here to Biloxi.
They're saying, is it your preference to tow a vehicle or not tow a vehicle?
Yeah, our preference is to tow.
Tow.
Flat tow. No
Flat
dollies.
tow.
Been there, done that. Don't want to do that again. Here's another question that doesn't really make sense to me, and that's Buckies or Loves. They're actually two different things. You say, if you want to compare Loves and Pilot, okay. But Buckies is nothing like any Loves.
That's true.
So the preference would be Buckies for both of us, obviously, because, and again, it's nothing like a Loves. The only thing they both have in common is they sell gas.
I do not have a Loves shirt, but I have 3 Buckies shirts.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay, the desert or snow? I haven't had good luck with being in the desert, to be honest with you, but I've never been in the American deserts. So
right.
Hopefully they're a lot safer than the deserts I've been in, and we are chasing warm weather, so obviously we don't want to deal with snow.
So he's gonna say desert.
Yeah.
I would say snow, maybe.
Okay,
I don't
next
know.
question. Now we got to get back on track with answering each other's thoughts. Pull through or back in? 1, 2, 3. Pull through. Yeah. And I will say I'll do a pull through, preferably, or a pull in. And those are slots where you would drive your drivable RV in because you got a view, like the downtown RV park in Little Rock, Arkansas. You pull right in to the spots and you're overlooking the river, so out of that big Class A windshield you can see the river and the city skyline. It's really cool.
Great view.
Yep.
But you don't mind backing in because it's easy in our Class A.
Yep. So it all depends. All right, next question. S'mores or hot dogs? 1, 2, 3. Both.
S'mores. I would like both.
I think you like both.
I do like both.
And actually I would too, but that's was kind of an unfair question. If I had to pick one, or s'mores,
because you will take a dessert over
especially
regular food any day.
s'mores the way your brother taught us how to make them. Instead of using a Hershey's chocolate bar, a Reese cup.
Yeah.
Now that's thinking right there. That's good stuff. Fishing or hiking? Hiking, yeah. I was a commercial fisherman growing up. I kind of got all that out of my system. Camping alone or camping with friends?
With friends.
Yep. And we're very lucky. We weren't planning on camping with friends once we got to Gulfport, and we've been camping with friends since the day we got here.
Pretty much since we got here.
The day
a
after.
couple days after.
Yeah. Those days didn't count because we weren't going out anyway because it was freezing.
Yep.
Wintering in Florida versus wintering in Arizona. Well, we've never been to Arizona, much less wintered in Arizona.
So we don't know, but I would go with Florida just because that's what you know.
Yep. Berkey or no Berkey?
No
Berkey. Yep. And Talon agrees, as you just heard. She was very adamant about the no Berkey.
Our daughter has a Berkey.
Yeah, she does. There's nothing wrong with a Berkey. I mean, we have a really good water filter, 2-stage water filter with clear 2O. Plus, we have that on-to-go water softener. So our water tastes great. Well, not to mention the fact that the Tiffin has a built-in water filter, and our fridge has a built-in water filter. So we're filtered.
Triple filtered.
We're triple filtered, yeah. Washer and dryer in the rig or the laundromat. We're not going to answer that. I stopped you because one of our requirements when we were looking for a rig, and we weren't even planning on full timing in the rig we were buying, was what?
A washer and dryer in the rig.
Yes, we wanted to wash, dry, in the rig, even though we weren't full timing. Now that we are full timing, it's absolutely a must. I know a lot of people do it with full time without having a washer and dryer in their rig, but for the amount of room they take up, basically a small closet, because ours is stackable. We have the separate units. It's well worth it because, especially, well, let's just go back to a couple of weeks ago when it was 10 to 20 degrees outside and raining. We did laundry without having to leave the RV.
Yep.
Think about that. You got to think about that. Air fryer or Instapot? Air fryer.
Air fryer.
Air fryer is the greatest invention since the microwave.
I love my Instapot, so I mean that's kind of an unfair question to me because I use both. I actually do use them both. But my air fryer's on top of the counter and it's easy to use quickly, and so I think that that's why it would be a little bit more of a fan favorite.
Yeah, okay, so remember, you're answering what you think I want, okay?
Yeah, I know, but
no, for the next question.
Oh.
I'm segueing.
Okay.
I'm segueing. Planner or spontaneous? 1, 2, 3. Planner.
I'm not a planner.
I'm spontaneous. I'm not spontaneous. How many times have we been to Myrtle Beach on the spur of the moment?
I know he's spontaneous. He is spontaneous. But in this lifestyle, he is a planner. He is like, we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to get this,
I'm a planner to have
the spot reserved,
to have
whatever.
A place to live.
Yes.
Once we get there, all bets are off. There is no planning involved from my part, really, once we get to a location on what we're going to be doing, what we're going to go see, and that kind of stuff.
True. But you think I'm a planner?
Yeah, I guess. All right. Remodeled interior or leave it factory? 1, 2, 3. Remodel.
Leave it factory. I would like to remodel things, but I know that he wants to leave it factory because he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want the work involved that it would take to remodel.
Well, it's not that I don't want it. It's just
it's more than what you want to do right now.
Yeah.
That's like another job.
Yeah, I got enough jobs right now. That's for sure.
I'm not saying you couldn't do it or you wouldn't do it.
I will say
it's just
that
not a want.
For those of you who don't want to do anything to the interior of your RV because you're afraid of hurting the resale value, don't.
Yeah.
Because don't worry about it because number one, you're living in it, whether you're living in it full time or part time or whatever, it's yours. And unless you make some really weird changes, like remove the bathroom completely, like we've heard some people have done, unless you do something really weird like that, you'll probably increase the resale value versus decrease. All right. So shower in your rig or at the bathhouse at the RV park. We don't need a countdown for that one.
The rig.
We bought an RV that has a fully functioning bathroom that we utilize to the fullest extent that it is designed for. That includes all features and functions and devices, knobs, flushes, and everything else.
But we're not opposed to using the campground bathroom if we had to.
Right. Clam tent or awning? Well, we don't have a clam tent. So we want to get one.
Yeah.
So right now it would have to be awning because we don't have a clam tent. But we are planning on getting one. We just haven't got around to it yet. Move weekly or move monthly? Neither, actually.
Well, you would say monthly because the least amount of times you have to move you'd be happier with that. But I'm a weekly. I'm gonna move all the time.
Well, I didn't enjoy those. I said a week was a month was too long in Tampa.
Yeah, so weekly, so that we would
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks is really what we aim for, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah, so weekly would be too short, monthly is too long. So, I mean, I want to be able to really explore the area. Unless there's absolutely nothing there, then a week is a long time.
Yeah, it depends on the area. It really does. A hot spot in the rig or RV park Wi-Fi? I think y'all know the answer to that one too. You can't. I mean, I work remotely. So does Shelly. You can't depend on campground Wi-Fi to even work at all for email, much less, for being able to do like a Zoom meeting or upload files or anything like that. So
again, it's location dependent, because we have been places where the campground Wi-Fi has been phenomenal, but it's so rare that we would both say hotspot for sure.
All right, the last question: Blackstone or charcoal grill? Well, we don't own a Blackstone. We do own a charcoal grill. So, and you can't beat the taste of a charcoal grill. You just can't. I mean, it's just better than a propane grill of any kind. No matter what. That's just my opinion. So that's our 30-question challenge. So did you agree or disagree with any of our choices? Let us know in the comments below what you thought as we hear that train coming off in the distance back here.
We got to challenge people.
We do have to challenge people. Who do you want to challenge? Now, we haven't talked about this at all, so who would you like to challenge? Now that Talon's joined us, she give us her input on who to challenge. We're going to challenge Jarhead and Ginger's Journeys, Weekend RVing, Cruising with the Colemans, and Hitch Up and Tow. So there's going to be a link to all those channels in our description below, so you can go check them out. If you haven't checked them out before, they're all great channels, and we're looking forward to seeing their response to this challenge. Nothing to say?
Oh, so just remember to make your next journey an epic adventure.
See you next time.